Hi, for this video what we're going to do is we're going to find the slope of a line given 2 points. There is a formula for this, and the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is the equation that's given in majority of textbooks. Another one that I show my students, those that are better at skipping steps and not having to show work, is the change in y over the change in x. The little triangle is called delta. That's the Greek letter delta, and it means change. So if you like to skip steps and you can kind of just count in your head and visualize what's happening, this formula is better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both of the formulas, and then you can decide which one works the best for you. For this one, just if it helps you, remember that this is always your first x coordinate, this is your first y coordinate, this is your second x coordinate, this is your second y coordinate. The subscript on the variable is just saying that it's your second y value. You can use either one of them to start with, but if you start with this one on the top, then you have to start with the 3 on the bottom. So just make sure that you stay consistent. Majority of the time, we just start with the one that's written second. It doesn't have to be that way. There is really a lot of different ways that you can do this. So the slope for this one, our y2, we would just plug it in, is -7. Our y1 is 2. So we would do -7 minus 2, and then we would plug in our x values. Our second x value is 4 minus 3, so we would end up with -9 over 1, or you could simply just say that it's -9 is the slope. You could also graph these points and do your rise over your run. So if you would like to visually see this, you can always plot the points and then do your rise over your run. That would give you the same thing. For this one, to model the other formula, this one, like I said, it's good at skipping steps. So your change in y, you're simply just asking yourself, from -2 to 3, how many places did I move up? So if you remember from -2, anytime you have different signs, remember that you have to go to 0 first and then from 0 to the other side. So from -2 to 0, I went up 2. And then from 0 to 3, I went up 3 more. So I really moved 5 places in my y. For my x coordinates, I went from 4 back to -3. So I really went back 7 places because I went 4 to 0, which was 4, and then I went 3 more to get to the -3. So like I said, this one simply just allows you to do the work in your head instead of writing it out. I would have got the exact same thing had I used this formula. Had I used this formula for this one, if I would have used the other formula, the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, notice my y2 is just 3, and then I would do 3 minus -2, which does give me 5. And if I do -3 minus 4, I do get -7. So you can see that I get the exact same thing either way. You can write it as 5 over -7. You could also write it as -5 over +7. You can put the negative out in front. So there's a lot of acceptable ways of writing this. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.